Hello everyone, welcome back to AWS tutorial series. In the previous video, we learned the concept of Amazon EC2 including EC2 instances, AMIs, instance types, key pairs, security groups and EPS. In today's class, we are going to pull of the concept into practice. We are going to launch our first Linux instance directly from the AWS management console. Let us start. This is the Before we start, I want to highlight an important point. AWS resource can incur charges depending on the account, region, instance type, storage, and other resource that we use. For this demonstration, I am using a small instance suitable for learning. Please always check the current AWS pricing and your account free tier or other application offers before launching resources. After completing the lab, we'll also stop or terminate the resource that we no longer need it. This is a good professional habit for a course. So now I'm in the AWS Amazon console. From the search bar, search for EC2. This is the EC2 dashboard where we can create and manage our virtual server. Before launching an instance, we need to select the AWS region. The region determines the region you can see here. Here different kinds of regions will be there. The region determines the physical geographical location where our resources will run. For this demonstration, I am selecting the region I want to use for my lab. It is important to remember that each instance are region specific. If you switch regions, you may not see the instance that you created in the another region. Now go to the instance. I'll click launch instance. This is opens the EC2 instance creation page. AWS provides several configuration option here. Let us go through each important option by one. The first option is a name field. You can give one of the any meaningful name. I'll give EC2 demo. Okay. Next, we need to select the AMI. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. The AMI provides operating system and initial software configuration that will be used whenever instance is launched. For this demonstration, I am selecting the Amazon Linux image. This one. Since this is here it is showing, you can see free tier is eligible. So I am showing the selecting this one. You can also use Ubuntu Windows as per your requirement. Next, we need to select the instance type. The instance type determines the computer resource available to our EC2 instance such as CPU and memory. For this simple demonstration, I'll select a small instance suitable for learning. There are many instances will be available like T2 Nano, T2 Micro, T2 Large also available. Since I am looking for a free tier, I'll use the T3.micro. Next, if you have to create the key pair. If you already have a key pair, you can select that here. The key pair is used to authenticate our connection to the EC2 instance. I'll select existing key pair, but if you want to create a new key pair, you just create a new key pair here. Click on, give some of the name. I'll give my Linux. Select key pair type as RSA. Private key format is .pem and create key pair. You can see here the key pair is created. Show in a folder and paste it in your requirement page. I'll paste it in here only. Then you can select here. If you refresh this, see you can see there are two keys are there. You can select any one you want. I'm selecting this one. This is very important. Once we download the private key, we need to store it securely. We should never share it or upload it to the GitHub. Next, coming to the network setting. This is very important section because it determines how our EC2 instance communicate with the network. The first one is VPC here. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. VPC provides the logical isolated network environment in AWS. For this beginner's lab, I'll use the appropriate default lab VPC. It's already selected the default one. Now coming to the subnet. Subnet is the range of IP address within our VPC. Subnets can be associated with different availability zone. For this demonstration, I'll select the default subnet available in any availability zone. Then public IP. I want to connect to the Linux server to the computer using SSH. Therefore, the instance need to be appropriate network connectivity and reachable addresses. Next, we'll go to the security group. Here you can see the security group. As security group act as the virtual firewall to our EC2 instance. Before we going to connect to using SSH, we need to inbound SSH rule. SSH is normally used TCP port 22. For security, I am restricting SSH source only to my current type rather than allowing SSH except from anywhere. So you can create a security group also here. Or you can use this existing security group. Selecting group is here you have to select SSH traffic. Here you can give my IP or anywhere you can give. Since it's an inbound rule, so you can give anything. I am choosing this one, existing one. Default is available. Then next we have a storage. Our EC2 instance uses Amazon EBS for persistent block storage. The root volume contains the operating system and provides space for our application and files. For this simple lab, the default will be selected. Before launching the instance, let's review our configuration. We have selected the instance name, we have selected the AMI, we have selected the instance type, we have configured the key pair name, we have configured the network, and we have configured the security group, and we have configured the storage as well. And then you can give a number of instances required, which is one. Now click on launch instance. So it is showing the message as a success. Go to instance. Once our instance has been now launched, here we can see the instance ID. This is the instance ID. And you can see here instance state. It is showing as running. The instance state is running, which means our EC2 server is currently up and running. Then this will do the status check. Like here it is showing initializing. Let us wait for some time. Okay, before that I'll explain some other. Every EC2 instance has a unique instance ID. AWS uses this identified unique identify their instance. When working on the AWS CLI, APIs or automation tools, will frequently encode with the instance ID. Let us look at network information. We can see the public IPv4 address for our instance. We'll use this address when connecting to the instance to our computer. Can see here public IPv4 address. Here public IP address is there. This private uh, private IP4 is address is used communicate with the VPC and connected networks depending on the network configuration. The public and private IP addresses serve a different purpose. Go to security. You can see the here security group under inbound rule. Uh, see, this is the security group we create, which is a default one. Here you can change the edit inbound rule if you want. Like port you can change into all or 22. The rule is allows for a SSH connection. So you can see here status check. The status should show 3 into 3 by 3 checks passed. So now we have successfully launched our EC2 instance. Now we know the public address. Username, keep a security group configuration. These are the pieces we need for a SSH connection. This is all about EC2 instance of components of EC2 instance. Before before closing this session, I want to share one more thing. Since EC2 is chargeable, we need to terminate this instance. Like select this instance. You can select an instance data. You can stop instance also. Stop. Okay. Now you can see the instance is stopping here. If you stop this instance, you can restart again after some time if it is required. Wait for a second. See, you can see now instance is stopped. But if you select this instance and go to instance state, then you can again start the instance here as well. If you don't require this instance at all, you can terminate or delete this instance. See, you can see the message has successfully initiated the termination. The instance is terminated. So that means after some time, if you open this dashboard, this instance will be not available. So this is all about the components of the EC2. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. In next video, we'll learn about some new topic. Thank you for watching.